What is going on, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today we are going to be trying our best to compare the Nuke SS versus the regular Nuke. Both in ESP plastic. This should be an interesting. Let's get into it. Now, the Nuke SS is supposed to be a straighter flying Nuke. The only difference between these two discs right now are the weight. I have a 170 to 172 ESP Nuke. The Nuke SS is actually max weight at 173 to 174. The Nuke SS is a -3 in turn, while the Nuke is a -1. Hole 10 is a 513 foot par 4. I'm gonna start off with the Nuke SS and then keep rotating as I go. I'm gonna start off with a flat release, or as flat as I possibly can, just to see if there's differences right off the bat. Holy moly. All right, pretty understable. Here's a regular Nuke. By the way, all black discs, they look sweet, but I don't recommend buying them because they are terrible to try to find. Okay, that might have been a little Annie. It didn't really turn though. That was a great shot for the hole. The Nuke SS kind of drifted right, and I don't even want to say drifted, it like kind of wanted to roll, turn into a cut roller. Now, if you've seen these types of videos before on my channel, I do pair both of these up with a Warden, which is a putter, so I can throw up shots with the Warden, and this will be kind of a competition between the two, but I always say it depends on me and how I throw the disc on who wins. So this is just to show you the flight path of both. All right, we are 253 feet away. I want to have faith in myself that I can get this Warden there. Oh, be a jump putt. I would say if you throw a first drive like that, you kind of deserve to have a tester putt for birdie. As you can see how much better that Nuke shot was, I actually put it in the right direction because of its fade. The regular Nuke, I should say, is parked. Obviously, the Nuke SS is going to be pretty understable if we throw it flat, which means we're going to have to start putting it on a little bit of hyzer. And then the regular Nuke, we're still going to throw flat, and I think that's how we're going to get the best results out of it. Hole 2 is 420 feet up on top of that hill. OB is path and beyond, so I actually kind of like the ESP Nuke here a little bit better than the Nuke SS, because I don't really have to worry about turning it over. Flex around that. Yeah. Wow. I kind of surprised myself with that shot. I love that. We're gonna try and get a full flight out of the Nuke SS this time on a little bit of hyzer. Wow, it flips up. Look at it go. That's a beautiful, like, S-line type shot. Angle control on the Nuke SS is going to be a little bit more difficult than the Nuke. That Nuke SS flight is kind of what I get a Hades to fly like. So I put it on hyzer, it flips up, it rides to the right. It has a nice little fade back to it. Although the Hades might be a touch more understable. Now, unfortunately, with how good the Nuke SS shot was, it went probably 20 feet further, but I actually have a better upshot with the Nuke. So that's kind of where distance can hurt you sometimes on certain courses. Get over there. You're probably asking, Max, that's a perfect backhand up the hill. Yeah, for most people, it probably is, but I usually feel more confident throwing forehand into the hillside. I just didn't really accomplish what I was trying to. It appeared this was gonna be a little bit more cut off than it actually is. Oh, what a tree kick. Almost left it short, and then the Nuke SS is parked. The videos should be starting to come more and more, at least for this month. I should be posting so much more than I have been, so keep an eye out. Make sure you're subscribed because you don't want to miss them. Just kind of enjoy the content. I'm gonna try to push out as much as I possibly can. Hole 3 is gonna be 853 feet. It's a par 5. Nuke SS is up first. I think I'm gonna throw it just kind of like I did on that last hole. A little bit of hyzer. Hope that it turns a little bit and gets me the most distance possible. Oh. Golly, you gotta get your angles down for that disc. If we can throw the Nuke just like that shot, it should be perfect. This has to be on a little bit of Annie. Or don't put it on any Annie. I can't get it to turn. I for sure cannot get a regular Nuke to actually turn. I have yet to come across one that I can. Maybe Nukes are semi-reliable when it comes to stability. I could be wrong. I've only tried like 4, I think. The second shot for this is the same as the first. This time though, I need to put this on more hyzer. And it still goes over there. That is a lot of hyzer. I mean, nice flight overall, I guess. Oh, I hit my microphone. I threw it directly at it. Look at the fade it has. I hit this thing while I went through my chest. Big problem I've had. I've been trying to keep my elbow up high, and I'm not sure if I'm doing it. I'm probably not. See, this is why it gets so tricky. I need to go far right. So this is almost just a layup shot to the gap. Little cut roller maybe. All right, it looks like I get 2 shots at this putt because these landed right next to each other, which is kind of hilarious. Get it. Oh, a little bit more turn, that was in. Come on. Oh, baby. Come on, 2 shots at it, can't connect on one. Couple of 5s, which is par. Moving on to hole 4. The Nuke still has a 1-stroke lead. Hole 4 is gonna be 258 feet. Without a doubt, this is just usually a nice little forehand hyzer shot, which I think is gonna be really great for the Nuke. But with the Nuke SS, it could be a little scary because we're gonna have to pump it on a lot of hyzer just to make sure it gets the flat, and that's it. We don't need it to turn here at all. Should be, look at that fade, holy moly. That has some serious stability at the end of its flight. Okay, I threw it really high, which helped us out. It's just gonna crash. The top of its flight, like the very peak of its flight, it gets to flat. You just kind of tell the differences between the two and how hard the regular Nuke faded versus kind of how that Nuke SS flipped up to flat at the top of its flight and then had a strong fade, mainly because I threw it so high. Whether it was pretty or not, both of these worked out. Nuke SS birdie, then we have the Nuke right here. We're gonna go from the gold tees this time, 339 feet downhill. This is just a nice hyzer shot, probably not where I'm throwing Nuke at, but this is kind of where we've ended up. Oh, baby. Be really good and don't be too deep. That has to be the best shot I've thrown with it. And that was actually really nice with how kind of understable it is. You throw it on hyzer, and if it just kind of flips up a little bit, it just pushes on hyzer instead of just diving to the ground, kind of like this probably will. Yeah, that's gonna be way left. Get in. Oh, that right there is gonna tie it all up leading into the final hole of the day, which is hilarious because every time I do these videos, I swear they end in a tie. Let me make sure the Nuke SS is parked like I think it is. Hey, it's in there. Now we're gonna head over to hole 17 as the final hole of the day. If you've never played Caesars Ford Park, got 3 tee pads, white, blue, and gold, and it is just a beautiful course. So if you're around the Dayton area, I would suggest you get over here and play it. It's a monster of a course. White tee pads, sometimes depending on how you're playing, blue tee pads, very scoreable. A lot of par 4s out here, but it's just a really, really nice course. One of my favorite, honestly, probably my favorite in the area. You can kind of see the basket there on this 522-foot par 4. This truly is kind of a spray and pray type of hole. I mean, there are lines through the trees, but for an amateur like myself to know where the disc is after being thrown 200 feet and weaving it through there, at that point, it's a spray and pray. Oh, I needed it more right. I didn't try to throw it that hard. And that's when it does really good. Oh, why'd it hit that? Probably the question we all ask ourselves when we're playing disc golf, but why was that tree even there in the first place? And this is where this hole kind of becomes slightly terrifying. I do have a small gap. I'm gonna try to forehand hyzer flip this through. Oh, I did it. Oh, please have enough fade. Cut back. Oh, I just threw it too far. I kid you not, I just looked all over for this disc, way left, because I didn't notice that it got caught up in these first availables. So that's a little bit annoying. Oh, keep going. I didn't quite get it turned up enough. I actually have a look, and it's a jump putt. I think this is for the Nuke SS to win. How clutch is Max, though? Boom, let's go. I really think the Nuke SS just won because of that. It tied it up on hole 5, got birdie on 6, and the Nuke is gonna get a par. Oh, I almost missed it too. That was kind of a fun one. Definitely a little bit exciting. Don't get caught up in the score because that's just for my factor of to try to throw better shots with the 2 discs and to add another dynamic to the video. Really, the importance of this video was to show you the difference between the Nuke SS and the Nuke, and I think it's very, very clear what the differences are. I mean, this being at a -3 turn is definitely understable. I thought since it was still so high of speed at 13, it wouldn't really matter too much about that turn, but I'd almost wish that it was just slightly more stable. That being said, the regular Nuke, definitely a little bit more on the beefier side. I still like throwing the Nuke because I can throw it on a touch of Annie, or if I need something to go dead straight and still fade quite a bit, the Nuke, I mean, it really is pretty good. Of course, if you're a beginner, the Nuke SS is probably still gonna fly pretty beefy and pretty overstable for you just because of how high of a speed it is. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one.